Okay guys, welcome back. And you are watching episode 2 of Driftway. Today we are out for a second lesson, and quite a bit of time has passed since the last one. I'm worried that Alena might have forgotten everything. And so today we'll start with some donuts to refresh her memory. Goals for today include being able to confidently execute figure eights. And if the figure eights go well, we'll be taking a crack at initiating with a handbrake.
If I'm unable to even do a donut, how disappointed are you going to be with me?
I'm pretty sure you'll pull it off, even if not straight away. In this video, you've got a cone placed right there. It doesn't mean you should head straight for it. Accelerate, clutch, turn the wheel, handbrake.
This is so fucking hard.
I can tell you this, girls are more difficult to work with than boys. Today I am rocking my gym teacher outfit. Matter of fact, I'm a gym teacher by training. So this is what I look like all the time. This time we are running grippier tires, so we're gonna have to press the gas harder. And there are pros and cons to this situation. Now we are operating within a limited time frame, and there won't be a whole lot of lessons. Also, there was a long pause between the first and the second lesson. Alena might have forgotten what she learned, which would spell issues for us. But I do hope and believe that she retained at least something. I guess we're about to find out. Refreshed your memory a bit?
Yeah, my hair is getting in the way though. In one direction I'm fine, but
Put it into a bun.
I don't have a scrunchie.
For crying out loud.
John, you can have yours?
Remove your underwear, we need a scrunchie. We'll take a lap to allow the car and the tires to cool down. And Alena as well. After such a long break, she's all excited. As if it's her first time. And we need her to calm down a bit. But things are on the up. I was expecting we'd have to start from square one. Alright, so you've refreshed your donut skills. Now we'll be doing figure eights. Before we do though, I want you to try initiating to then go for a donut using the handbrake. As for how that's done, you drive to the side, accelerate, simultaneously press the clutch and turn the wheel in the direction you'll be initiating drift, rip the handbrake, and I mean go full force. I have tuned it to require less force. Anyway, so accelerate, clutch, turn the wheel, handbrake.
When I pull the handbrake, the clutch should be pressed in, right?
Yes, the handbrake is going to lock the rear wheels. With the clutch engaged, that'll stall the engine. Or you might break a prop shaft or an axle shaft. Well, in theory, I doubt you'll pull it with enough force to break something. Okay, so accelerate. Press the clutch and turn the wheel, got it? Press the clutch and turn the wheel, and simultaneously pull the handbrake. The car goes into a drift, and once that has happened, you proceed to release the handbrake and catch the car using the wheel. You release the wheel, the car assumes a drift. From there you hit the gas and off you go. This is a sort of build-up exercise. For now we don't need to sustain the drift. I'm gonna place one cone. You accelerate. When you get to the cone, you press the clutch and turn the wheel. Pull the handbrake. Do a 180-degree spin. Spin the car out, release the handbrake. Put the box into first, set off, and then repeat. No need to keep going, we're just trying to spin out with the handbrake. Get in the passenger's seat, I'll demonstrate it for you. You drive to the edge. In either direction, doesn't matter. Clutch, turn. Car washes out. And the other way, now you give it a try. You might not pull it off. And if you don't have enough strength to pull the handbrake, we'll have to do something with it before we get to the next lesson. Okay, accelerate. Clutch, turn. Handbrake, now it's your turn.
Do you want me to pull it?
As hard as you can, and all the way. The handbrake on that Skyline is on the tight side, so I've done a few modifications to it, and it shouldn't be as bad. For me, it's fine, but it might be too tight for Alena. If this doesn't work out for her, we are not going to linger on this one. We'll do power figure eights instead. And before the next lesson, I'll try to make the handbrake compliant, and okay for a girl to use. You need to increase the speed. Order line full throttle.
I was pulling it with all my strength. I just can't do it.
After evaluating the situation, I've decided to cancel the handbrake exercise for today. We'll try loosening the handbrake up, but now let's do some power figure eights. Done with grace. Again, you're using second gear. Doesn't matter which direction you're coming in from. So you get on throttle, kick the rear end out like you're about to go in circles, circumnavigate the cones at half throttle. Right here you start increasing the amount of throttle input. And use the wheel to point the car that way. Here you want the car to be in this position. Front end pointed that way.
Also, I need to...
Yes, and with the wheels like this, you're going that way. Then you transition, but you're not transitioning leading towards the cone. You want to be at around 45 degrees, pointed that way. In that direction. So you match the gas and transition. You let go of the wheel. And when the car has almost completed the transition, you let off the gas. Stabilize, catch the car with the wheel. A bit of gas and go that way. Now let me demonstrate. You're going slowly at first, drive diagonally. Here you can go a bit wide, and now you apply throttle. Flick the car, let go of the wheel, let off the gas. Punch it again. Car transitions. More throttle. And let off. Don't go too wide, make sure to navigate the cones.
This looks really hard.
That's because it is. This is difficult. Give it some gas. Hit the gas.
How do I transition?
Nah, you didn't turn the car enough. When you came out from here, you went right for the cone. You were supposed to turn it this much and flick it the other way. At least you transitioned. It was sloppy, but that was a transition. So here's your problem. Even when you're running in circles, you're counter-steering way too much. Dial it back. Yeah, too much counter-steer. You need to keep the car in check. It will try to get away from you. You just make slight corrections either way. You just did everything right. You were on throttle, then transitioned, but you can transition later. Let go of the wheel and let off the gas. The car transitions, you catch the wheel, apply throttle, and use the wheel to direct the car in the opposite direction.
I can't get a feel for how it wants to drift. I feel as if I couldn't pull it off. After I transitioned, it went for a tiny bit. I don't know how to make it continue drifting.
You want to sustain the drift for longer while you're diagonal.
When going straight, not diagonally.
So you steer in the direction that you want it to go, add some lock and accompany that with throttle input. Let's say you come around here while keeping the engine at 4,000 RPM. 4 grand, you get to here and start pressing down harder. 4.5, 5, 5.5, 6. You get through this portion and transition while letting off. Transition, car finds grip, and continue the lap at half throttle. When you add throttle input here, you sustain a drift for a little bit, driving straight but at an angle. Let's go.
Almost did it.
Check this out. You nailed the transition. After the transition, you let off the gas, released the steering wheel, got on throttle, but you overdid it. Just give it a bit and use the steering wheel to turn the car. And slowly add throttle when you got things under control. You, on the other hand, were hammered down right after you transitioned. Transitions can be done using the throttle, with a clutch kick or by letting off. Even with no throttle input, just on inertia, if you're carrying enough speed. There are many ways to do it, but I try to teach people to transition by letting off.
Knock down all the cones.
You did everything right in terms of steering, but why'd you let off the gas? First you transition, steering wheel turns, and then you ease off the gas. Go on.
I'm getting things mixed up. Steer first, then work the gas. Steer first, then work the gas. Can you shout that out for me? Steer, then gas. Uh-huh. Gas, gas. This is so fucking hard.
Why are you getting on throttle while transitioning? Over there you add a bit of input, then you hold the gas pedal in position, then let off while transitioning, but you instead pressed the gas even harder. Keep going. So I have gone ahead and removed a few cones, freeing up a bit of space. And we are making progress now that those constraints have been eliminated. We'll continue like this for a bit, and then I'll put those cones back out.
In the moment, I transitioned there, didn't I?
You did.
I didn't even realize how it happened.
It sort of happens on its own. The key is releasing the wheel, catching it, and you're good. Keep going, let's keep practicing. I'm going to place one cone to give her an indication as to which way to be going. You've got a cone placed right there. It doesn't mean you should head straight for it. Go a bit wider. Good thing those aren't my cones. This lesson has been going on for 90 minutes or thereabouts. And though Alena was sloppy, but those were figure-8 maneuvers. She's transitioning without realizing how it's done, but she's getting much better at sticking to the correct line. Without going too wide, she's mastering the process. So it's not the car manipulating Alena, but her exerting some sort of control over the car. Your impressions on doing figure-8s? Compared to, say, donuts.
With figure-8s, it feels like you're way busier. It's really confusing. Good thing I'm not touching the handbrake. When you were explaining that exercise with a handbrake, it was like I had that monkey in my head.
Yeah, well, it's like, clutch, steer, handbrake.
You're using your foot, your arm, doing something with this hand. I mean, it is just... Same story with the figure-8. When I was going one way, I was starting to gain some understanding. But when you told me to transition at some point, I let off the gas. But then instead of getting that going, I pressed the clutch. I was so confused. I have been mixing things up, but I am transitioning as if subconsciously. I have no idea how it happens. I do understand the theory, you explained it, but in terms of the feeling, it happens somehow, don't quite know how.
A lot of actual drifters are like that, always headed in some unknown direction. Now a few words about the Skyline. In terms of what's inside, it's a very basic car for learning. 290 to 300 horsepower out of some sort of VQ series engine, stiffer struts, a welded diff. The stiff suspension makes the car easier to control, happier to slide around, and overall just easier to drive. Comparing the Skyline to a 350Z that I've got, that's a heavy car, the suspension isn't stiff enough, making it somewhat more difficult to drive. The front suspension arms are stock with slight extension. Only the trailing arms that adjust the caster are aftermarket. Factory knuckles cut and rewelded, and that is more than enough for practice and even some forms of competition. No need to spend big bucks on fancy suspension parts. First, you need to learn how to drive something simple. So for practicing on a parking lot or even at a racetrack, 300 healthy horses will allow you to navigate the drift layout at Miechkovo. Ryazan, you can even do Nizhny Novgorod. This is more than enough. And so there you go. You need to spend more time driving than building your car. That's a ground rule. You can build your car up once you learn how to drive. Had enough rest, Alena? Let's go. This lesson is almost over. Alena is getting the hang of transitioning on a medium-sized figure 8 layout. At the end of the lesson, I set up a slalom for her. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 cones in a row. I would have placed more if we had more room. The intervals are pretty small, and what she needs to do is flip around at the last cone, and then transition from cone to cone. Now, this really allows you to have a more acute feel for the transition, and for what you should be doing. Where you push yourself forward or let off. This is a nice little exercise. Let's get to it. Shift from first to second, flip around that cone in second, and then transition from cone to cone. Why don't you set off without drifting for now? Now go for second. Circumnavigate the cone. And press the gas to get a drift going. Transition before the cone. Transition again. Give it some beans and let's go.
Screwed up at the end.
Yeah, you started washing out, but you got it on your first try, and you said it'd be hard. Okay, so today's lesson is over. You've gotten a bit tired near the end? You're obviously not thinking straight, either pressing the gas or hesitating. I wouldn't call this a massive success, but you are able to transition. Next time...
Also, I now know what actually goes into a transition.
Next time, we're going to do a quick warm-up and straight into some figure 8s. Hopefully the handbrake works well, we'll throw it into the mix. Slalom, and from there we'll make things harder. Add transitions and set up some kind of layout even. But now it's time to wrap up this second episode of our Driftway series. Alright, put it there. Keep your chin up. Whenever she can't pull something off, she all of a sudden has this sad look on her face while driving. Come on, it's no big deal. A lot of people fail, I'd even say the majority. I almost never see anybody make it work right away. You're better off staying positive. Okay, see you next lesson. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, and all of that good stuff.